Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar ZJ Pierce, the host of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, and this is Quick Reacts, where I take a look at Insert Wrestling Show here and let you know what happened just in case you missed it or you want an outsider's opinion. Sorry that this video was going up so late. I went to sleep last night. I needed it. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the February 18th episode of Aew Dynamite. As y'all know, we are on the road to Revolution, and this was a very stacked show from top to bottom, including the very first time ever meeting between these two young men right here. But I will get into that in a second. Let's not waste any more time. If you ready, let's get into it. Tag me in! So, the night starts off proper with Jon Moxley taking on Mark Davis in a title eliminator match. Jon Moxley has been so good in these title eliminator matches, y'all. And Mark Davis was no slouch himself. I got to give him shout out to how strong and how willful he was. At one point, he slapped the ring post trying to backfist Jon Moxley and completely tore his hand open. Like, by the time they were done, Mark Davis's hand looked like a baseball mitt, but he gave Jon Moxley a lot right here, including a very steep lariat for a near fall, but ultimately this is just to build up towards Konosuke Takeshita getting his match at Revolution. Jon Moxley put Mark Davis away with the Bulldog choke. Very good match. FTR next come out to call out the Young Bucks, saying that they're still stuck in second place because 10 years ago, the Young Bucks were the best tag team in the world, but now they're stuck in second place behind FTR. And then Stokely Hathaway decided to talk about the Bucks, their children, their family, and woo-woo-woo. This led to the Young Bucks sneaking in from behind and giving all three men a super kick party. Watching them super kick Stokely Hathaway out of that wheelchair was very funny. Stokely Hathaway is the greatest manager in professional wrestling right now, hands down, over Paul Heyman, over anybody else you got. Stokely Hathaway got it. Next, in a fatal four-way for the TBS Championship, Willow Nightingale defended against Marina Shafir, Mina Shirakawa, and Megan Bayne. I cannot wait for Megan Bayne to get a solo TBS title match because Megan Bayne is so good. She was brought in with so much hype, and she has done nothing but lived up to that hype. I cannot wait for her to get a singles title run, but this was still a very fun match. Obviously, a lot of interlocking layers with Marina Shafir and Mina Shirakawa because, you know, Marina Shafir just lost the hair versus hair mixed tag team match, and Mina Shirakawa even got her little piece of Wheeler Yuta's hair. This was very good. Willow Nightingale retained her title with a roll-up. We also find out backstage that Chris Statlander is no longer able to compete as she sustained an injury in the strap match last week, but Thunder Rosa is finally cleared to compete again, and she will be making her Collision return this Saturday. Next, we get the face-to-face between World Heavyweight Champion MJF and challenger Hangman Adam Page ahead of their match at Revolution in 3 weeks' time. Obviously, MJF cut his usual MJF promo, Seabiscuit, this, that, and third. I'm better than you, and you know it. But Hangman had such a fiery comeback because he hates MJF. He hates a lot of the people that were involved in that fatal four-way because he hated Samoa Joe. He hated that someone he hates had to involve himself in more people that he hates, kick me in my nether region and take my World Heavyweight Championship. So Hangman Adam Page says that MJF knows that this cannot be a straight up singles match. MJF says, why? You know I'm better than you. That's what you're going to get. So in order to make MJF accept a stipulation, Hangman says that if he loses at Revolution, he would never challenge for the AEW Men's World title again. MJF said gives him a week to think of a stipulation, but Hangman Adam Page challenges him to Texas Death. And we all know that Hangman Adam Page and Texas Death means that somebody is getting hung over the ropes. It's going to be great. Backstage, the Death Riders challenged the Don Callis family to a match on Collision, and the Don Callis family accept while they're beating up Jobber number 5 backstage. Next, Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors of Bullet Club War Dogs took on Orange Cassidy and his tag team partner Tomohiro Ishii because Roderick Strong couldn't be bothered. The War Dogs look very good here, especially Gabe Kidd. That man is a psychopath. But the ending ultimately came when Darby Allin jumped Gabe Kidd and drug him through the crowd, much like he did Clark Connors last week, allowing Ishii and Orange Cassidy to get the win. Hook is still recruiting for the Ops as Samoa Joe is injured. Powerhouse Hobbs doesn't go here anymore. And he sent Katsuyori Shibata to go recruit over in Japan. So hopefully we get something done with the Ops very soon, especially because it seems like Hangman Adam Page and Jet Speed don't really care about the Trios titles. So I'm pretty sure we could have got someone else to take the Trios titles from Powerhouse Hobbs if it was just going to leave. It is what it is. Next, the Brawling Birds of Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter took on Becca and Viva Van. This was the Brawling Birds AEW tag team debut. Obviously, Jamie Hayter, former women's champion, paired very, very well with the current Progress women's champion. They won with the heart attack. Kevin Knight challenged Beast Mortos to a match where he said if Beast Mortos was able to defeat him, that they would give the Don Callis family a trios title shot this Saturday at Collision. Kevin Knight won in a very fun match, very quick match. But since they're so eager to defend their titles on Collision, their challenge was accepted by the Demand, who said that they're going to promise to get the Gates of Agony some gold to go along with Ricochet's national championship. And in the main event, Kenny, by God, the Lord and Savior of professional wrestling, Omega, took on the world's most dangerous man, Swerve Strickland, in a banging match. This was the first time these two have ever met, and it was well worth the wait. Kenny Omega is so good, you forget that he took a year off from diverticulitis. And you know Swerve is Swerve. Their match was nothing short of straight near falls and pure excitement. There was a brutal house call that Kenny Omega kicked out of at 2. There was even a V-trigger to Aubrey Edwards. Prayers go out to Aubrey Edwards. That V-trigger was nasty. But the ending came as Kenny Omega would try to go for another V-trigger. As Kenny Omega will try to go for another V-trigger, like I said, this one connected with Aubrey Edwards. This allowed Swerve to get in a bunch of punishment on Kenny Omega, including a Swerve stomp on the apron for a near fall. This ultimately led to Swerve getting the house call and the big pressure after countering the one-winged angel for the 3. Swerve Strickland has defeated Kenny, by God, Omega. And after the match, Swerve does what he does best and decided to lay Kenny out, even almost choking him over the ropes with the chain, but he decided to let it be for right now. We are definitely getting a stipulation match at Revolution. I cannot wait for it. And that was the February 18th episode of Dynamite. Let me know what you thought about the show in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, follow wherever you're watching this at. I hope God blesses your day like he has blessed mine. Until then, I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar. Please be on the lookout for the next couple of weeks of the latest episode of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, where I do a deep dive into Elimination Chamber 2026. But until then, I will see you all next time.